All right. I think we can go ahead and get started. So welcome to this meeting of the Boston MPO Unified Planning Work Program Committee. I'll go ahead and read the kind of opening notices and then we'll get started. The notice of non-discrimination reads that you are invited to participate in our transportation planning process, regardless of your race, color, national origin, including limited English proficiency, religion, creed, gender, ancestry, ethnicity, disability, age, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, veteran status or background. The accessibility statement reads that this meeting is accessible to people with disabilities. Zoom products are compliant with exceptions with the following standards: Web Content Accessibility Guidelines 2.1, Level AA standards, and revised Section 508 standards. If you require any additional accommodations in order to participate fully in this meeting, or if you have any technical difficulties, please contact Lauren McGee of MPO staff at lmagee@ctps.org, 857-702-3706, or via the chat box. The guidelines read that all participants will join the meeting with muted microphones. Please rename yourself to include your first name, last name, and affiliation. After the roll call, board members may mute and unmute themselves, but always remain muted unless actively speaking. To participate in the discussion, please select the raise hand function by clicking on the participants button at the bottom of the screen, and the window will pop up with the raise hand button or the reactions button in the toolbar. And if you are on the phone, you can use *9 to raise your hand. All right, we can get started with introductions. My name is Derek Cravat. I'm representing MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning here as the chair of this committee. And I'll go ahead and read the roll. Next up, we have MAPC. Do we have Julia or Eric? Don't see them. Town of Arlington. City of Boston.
This is Jen Rowe representing Mayor Michelle Wu in the City of Boston.
City of Framingham. Town of Rentham.
Rachel Benson representing Joe Botash, Chair of the Rentham Select Board.
City of Newton.
Good afternoon, David Kozas representing Mayor Fuller and Newton.
Town of Westwood, or Norwood rather.
Steve Olenoff representing the Trick subregion.
Great. City of Somerville.
Good afternoon, Tom Bent representing City of Somerville and the Inner Core and Mayor Ballantyne.
And Regional Transportation Advisory Council. And MBTA Advisory Board.
Hannah Swilikowski, MBTA Advisory Board.
All right. Did I miss any members that are here? If not, we can move on to public comments. Is there anyone present that would like to make a public comment at this time? Seeing none, if you do have a comment, you can use the raise hand function at any point during the meeting and we will call on you. For now, we can go to the next item, which is the approval of the May 9th, 2024 meeting minutes. I'll ask for a motion and second to approve the May 9th meeting minutes.
Rachel Benson will make that motion.
Tom Bent will second.
All right, thank you. Motion been made and seconded. Are there any comments or questions on the minutes? All right, seeing none, I will call the roll. Jen Rowe.
Jen Rowe, yes.
Rachel Benson.
Rachel Benson, yes.
David Kozas.
David Kozas, yes.
Steve Olenoff.
Steve Olenoff, yes.
Tom Bent.
Tom Bent, yes.
And Hannah Swilikowski. Sorry.
Abstain.
Okay. All right. With that, we can move on to the next item, which is federal fiscal year 2025 UPWP amendment number 1. I will turn it over to Dave.
Thank you, Derek, and great to see you all. My name is David Hong, manager of MPO activities and staff to the MPO. Today, we are here to present this fiscal year's first amendment to the Unified Planning Work Program. If we go to the next slide, which includes an addition of 5 grant funded studies. Federal Highway has asked the MPO to include these into both our UPWP and TIP planning documents, and to do this in a timely way to be able to obligate these funds to their recipients sooner. These grant funded studies include 4 reconnecting communities and neighborhood grants, as you see here on this slide, and 1 safe streets and roads for all grants. Next slide, please. Beginning with the RCN grants, if we go to the next slide, we'll see that the first is the City of Boston's Greening Chelsea Creek Waterfront Project for $2.5 million. In partnership with the City of Chelsea, this project will plan and design a critical walking and biking connection between the Mary Ellen Welch Greenway in East Boston and the Chelsea Greenway in that city. Next, the City of Cambridge's bicycle pedestrian crossing of the Fitchburg commuter rail line for $2.4 million. This project will plan and design an accessible, elevated pedestrian and bicycle crossing of the Fitchburg commuter rail line in North Cambridge, improving access to stores, jobs, and transit. Next, the City of Everett's Uniting Neighborhoods and Transit Opportunities for $1.2 million. The City of Everett will study the feasibility of installing a transit hub at Sweetstair Circle and develop safe and accessible connections between Upper Broadway, Lower Broadway, and Main Street in Everett. City of Lynn's Riverworks Reimagined for $561,000. This project then aims to reconnect West Lynn by relocating the Riverworks station north of its current location, and aim to make it publicly accessible. Next slide, please. On the SS48 grant side, as we transition to the next slide, the City of Everett's supplemental demonstration grant is for $113,400. This project aims to update the city's safety action plan and to conduct a demonstration activity installing sidewalk extensions and using flex posts. As we move to the following slide, then the next. In this context, we request a vote to endorse Amendment 1 as presented. And I will pause to welcome any questions. I believe we may have folks from the City of Everett, Lynn, and Cambridge for more specific details, but with that, I will yield back to the chair. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, before asking for a motion on this, I will open it up, see if anyone has any questions. Or, yeah, Josh.
Good morning. I think that you are also asking for an endorsement and waiving the public comment. Is that the motion that you're looking for?
Yes, Josh. So I believe the rationale there.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't not mean that there needs to be rationale because Tegan. I'm sorry to interrupt. Tegan explained it well in the backup memo, but I just to make sure that was covered in whatever motion is made. I'm sorry to interrupt there.
Nope, no problem, Josh. Are there other questions? I will just acknowledge that it's great to see all of this grant funding coming into the region, right? I think having to perform this amendment is you know, indicative of all the great work that's been happening in communities across the region to get this grant funding secured. So just a kudos to the communities on here and elsewhere that have gotten these grants. It's great to see. So With that, I'll ask for a motion and second to endorse Amendment 1 as presented, and as part of the motion, if you could also state waiving the comment period, or recommend waiving the comment period to the MPO as well, so we can get these endorsed and it ready for obligation. That would be much appreciated.
I'd like to make that motion and to endorse Amendment 1 and waiving the comment period.
And David Kozas from Newton seconding that motion. And congratulations to all of you.
All right, thank you both. With that, I will call the roll. Jen Rowe,
Monroe, yes.
Rachel Benson, David Kozas,
David Kozas, yes.
Steve Olenoff,
Steve Olenoff, yes.
Tom Bent,
Tom Benton, yes.
Hannah Swizlowski. So sorry.
It's all good. Hannah Swilikowski, yes.
Okay.
Hannah's
excellent.
just fine.
All right. And Derek Cravat is yes as well. So that passes, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah, apologies, Rachel Benson,
Oh,
yes.
Rachel. Oh,
Sorry,
excellent. Thank you, Rachel. Yep.
I
No,
couldn't
no
get it there
problem.
fast enough.
No worries. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. With that, we can move on to members items. Are there any items that anyone has? All right, seeing none, this can be a quick meeting night. I appreciate everyone joining to get these across the finish line and into the just follow our process to get them endorsed. But with that, we can go to the next item, quickly discuss next meeting, which I don't believe is scheduled at this time. Is that right, Dave? But we'll be following up.
That's correct. Yeah, in terms
Okay.
of next meeting, yeah, we will follow up where there is a need to either amend or to do anything else related to the PWP document. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. And I should mention should have mentioned under members items, but I will no longer be the committee chair starting in January timeframe, exact date to be determined. I've taken on a new position in MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning. And so we'll be transitioning out of the MPO liaison role. Chris Clem from MassDOT OTP will be, as of right now, he's currently on leave, but we'll be back in December. And he's anticipated to be taking on the role of a Boston MPO liaison. So just wanted to mention that and say it's been a pleasure to be a part of this committee and work with all of you. This is my favorite part of my job, is just to talk about ideas with you all and ways to improve the region and studies and things like that. And you're also smart, and I've learned a lot from you and part of this committee. So just wanted to say that. And I don't know if we'll meet again before my time as chair is over. So just wanted to acknowledge that and make sure you were all aware, so it didn't come as a surprise. But I'll help out with Chris when he kind of takes the reins and starts this. I'm sure I'll be on the first one with Chris, and we can do like the official move over to him as the chair. But wanted to mention that for now. And thanks for all the comments I'm seeing coming in. I appreciate all of that. And it's all very mutual. So. All right, and we'll be in touch about the next meeting. I know the UPWP cycle typically kicks off in January. I know there's been some staffing changes. Of course, Sri Lanka is also no longer with CTPS, so there will be changes on the staff side too, with respect to who's handling that at CTPS. But either way, we'll make sure to. I'm still at MassDOT. I'm still at the same office, and we'll make sure it's a smooth transition over to that new sort of set of folks that's managing these meetings and the committee process. But with that, I will ask for a motion and second to adjourn.
I'll make that motion. Tom Benton.
Tom.
Second, Hannah.
All right. With that objection, we will be adjourned. So thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.